Hello there, Tarky here. I said last time, more intrigue surrounding David Cameron's appointment as Foreign Secretary. Oh yes. Just before Remembrance Weekend, Suella Braverman, the Home Secretary, had written and had published in the Times newspaper and the Sunday Times a truly incendiary piece, apparently designed to whip up hatred and fear, regarding the ongoing marches in support of Palestine against the Israeli bombing that is going on at the moment. I won't go into the details of the Palestine conflict itself, just to say that Braverman claimed that her article had got official sign-off from Number 10. That seemed unlikely, and in fact it was actually the case that no, she had not. She had openly defied Number 10 and the Prime Minister. That left Rishi Sunak pinned against a wall. This is something he doesn't like to do. He's not very good at politics, but he was obliged to do something about her and thus was obliged to sack her. The intrigue surrounding David Cameron, of course, was this was a bolt from the blue, and on the day that he sacked her, he was able to announce that David Cameron was back as Foreign Secretary. Immediately, this took a lot of the heat off him and took a lot of the wind out of the sails of Suella, although she did manage to regain some of that with a pretty dreadful letter a couple of days later. Nonetheless, the appointment of Cameron and the saving of that powder until the moment that Sunak decided it was time to get rid of Suella Braverman really did mean that someone advising him does appear to have at least some political nous, at least some of the time. Nonetheless, the swap over was Cameron with Foreign Secretary, and that brought James Cleverly in from Foreign Secretary as Home Secretary. Possibly not making a great deal of difference, but putting Suella Braverman on the backbenches. Braverman is one of the cohort of MPs brought in 2015. Every generation tends to think that its politicians are the worst there's ever been. I'm seriously of the mind that since the year 2000 or a little bit after, perhaps that really is the case, particularly amongst the Conservatives. The intake in 2010, 2015, some of those that did make it back in 2017 and of course 2019 with the Red Wall really are very, very poor. In fact, I would describe an awful lot of them quite comfortably as third-rate. Suella herself is, quite frankly, a third-rater's third-rater, a vastly overinflated sense of her own abilities, and certainly not matched by her political skill or any sense of her being able to intrigue. She sees herself as a figurehead of the right, but it's not really sure whether, although she has her supporters in Parliament, the right necessarily thinks the same way. That means that, for the moment, if Sunak is going to be replaced, there is no person to coalesce around for the right wing of the Conservative Party. However, we'll see. Sunak, the talk is that he is under threat again. Fourth leader in just over a year? Joy. Anyway, chin chin till next time.